Ready? I'm ready. One, one, two, three. Go. 1, 2, 3. Action. Hi, my name is Matt, your host, friend, and kakwentuhan here on Kwentuhan Nights. Woo! For today's episode, we're gonna be talking about something very dear and near to my heart, and that is radio broadcasting. Just to give a quick summary and outline of today's episode, we're going to be talking about why radio broadcasting means so much to me, my experiences in DSPC, RSPC, and UST's Tiger Media Network, which handles UST's Tiger Radio and Tiger TV. Apart from that, I'm also going to mention some of what I think are the impacts of internet and our technology nowadays to the radio broadcasting industry. Furthermore, I'm also going to brush on the importance of radio to our society. So, shall we begin? Let's go! Okay, let's start with the first question. What does radio broadcasting mean to me? Now, obviously, I'm still a student, as we've established from the previous episode, and I know that you know me. You're probably a friend listening right now, and as I'm still a student, I obviously do not have any professional background or professional experience when it comes to radio broadcasting. However, I'd like to think that I've had my fair share of experiences. Ever since I was in grade 4, I was already chosen to be part of the radio broadcasting team of my school, which is the Elamaris Academy of Malolos. We represented our school in the Division Schools Press Conference. For those who are not familiar, Division Schools Press Conference, or DSPC, is an annual competition by the Department of Education which has the goal to promote campus journalism. Basically, it's a number of competitions in different categories with the goal to help students exercise campus journalism. There are different categories such as news writing, photojournalism, radio broadcasting. I even remember I attended the year wherein they added TV broadcasting. That was I'm not sure, but I think that's a fairly new category, TV broadcasting. If you win the SPC, I think it's up to a certain rank. It's different per category. But if you win, you're gonna represent your entire division in the Regional Schools Press Conference, which is also known as the RSPC. There's also the national level called NSPC, which stands for National Schools Press Conference, but unfortunately, I haven't been able to compete in one of those. And I don't think they accept college students, so I probably won't be able to participate in one of those. But yeah, I've joined DSPC ever since I was in grade 4. I've joined every year since then until I was in grade 12 actually. Until I was in UST. I was able to be lucky enough to have the privilege of representing UST in District 4 in Manila's DSPC. The only year I wasn't able to join was grade 11, and that's because I didn't know that they had I didn't know that they were looking for participants, so I didn't really apply. And grade 11 was a pretty tough year for me because that's the year when I moved to Metro Manila to study. That's the first time I lived by myself, so I had a lot on my plate and I didn't really want to add things. That was a pretty tough year for me, so I didn't really want to add more responsibilities to my already ever-growing list of responsibilities. So I decided to not really focus on extracurricular when I was in grade 11. Going back to the topic at hand, the SPC is really something meaningful to me. It's really something special to me. It was such an honor to meet and work with a group of passionate individuals, of really, really talented individuals who poured the same heart and soul to their craft as much as you did. And it was really an honor to work alongside that high of a caliber of talent. And even more so, it was really an honor to be trained by such amazing trainers. Both of the trainers that I had when I was in SMA, Stella Maris Academy, and when I was in UST University of Santo Tomas Senior High School were really, really amazing. They knew what they were doing. Highly, highly impressive people. And what they have taught me is still with me up to this day. And I will probably carry all that I have learned for the rest of my life. Just being able to speak to you right now was, I think, made possible by them. I would not be the person I am today without those experiences, without meeting those people, and without learning from the amazing teachers and coaches that I've had. And of course, it's very important to mention that it empowers students to be able to be the bearers of truth. It really encapsulates the essence of student journalism, and it gives us a voice. It I think for me especially, the SPC was the first time that I really realized that my voice is powerful. I remember that joining DSPC when I was in grade 4 was kind of the experience that really made me realize that I had a voice and that my voice matters. And more than that, my voice can actually inspire others. My voice can actually inform others. My voice can contribute to a cause bigger than myself. My voice can transcend me. My voice can transcend my intentions. My voice can transcend who Matt is. And I think having those experiences of being able to be empowered by my voice led me to where I am now and made me realize on where I want to go. I think my passion for storytelling is of a different conversation. But yeah, it was really, really a meaningful experience for me. All of those years, despite having so many trainings, despite having trouble at times juggling my academic and extracurricular work, I'm not regretting those years, and I wouldn't change anything if I could go back in time. I think that, to be honest, those experiences stuck with me more than the academic achievements I've had and the lessons I've learned and all of the textbooks I've read. Those experiences really defined who I am and made me a better person that I'm very, very, very thankful I get to be right now. Aside from joining the Division School's press conference when I was in grade 12, another opportunity that the University of Santo Tomas Senior High School gave me was the opportunity to join UST's Tiger Media Network. UST's Tiger Media Network, according to their Facebook page, is the official broadcasting arm of UST's Communication Bureau. Tiger Media Network, or TMN, is actually different from the orgs or the organizations present in the university. It's actually under the office of UST's Com Bureau. And I was lucky enough to be given the chance to be one of their volunteers. I was actually a part of Tiger TV rather than Tiger Radio. I became a writer for Tiger TV, and I wrote a couple of scripts for different shows that they had. It really honed my skills in preparation for the industry itself. But yeah, for the purpose of this discussion, let's focus more on Tiger Radio. The UST Tiger Radio is the university's e-radio, which can be accessed through mixlr.com. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but I'll be flashing it on the screen so you can tune in and listen. An e-radio, according to Kirali, is a radio or a digital audio service that can be accessed through the internet. So basically, it's like a modern radio that instead of using a radio player or a cassette player, you just use whatever device you have and listen to it through the internet. In addition, an e-radio is still like a radio in the sense that you listen to it through live streaming. It's not to be confused with a podcast wherein you can just download it or listen to it when it's posted. You just need to go to the website and you can listen to all the programs that they have. And it's actually pretty interactive. I used to listen to some of their programs when I was still a student of UST. And I think they kind of stopped production when COVID came. But I think they were back on air already. I think they're back on air. And I think they have a handful of shows airing on different schedules. You can visit their Facebook page, UST Tiger Radio, to find out more about their schedules and the programs that they have. Their programs or the programming of the show is focused on music, on school experiences, on kwentuhans, on jamming. It really caters to a lot of audiences. And when I listened to it back then, I really kind of enjoyed it. Yeah, they have a great team. I saw it firsthand when I was still working with them. The production is really quite professional. It's really unlike any other organization that I've been a part of. So it's a really innovative way of bringing such a professional industry to a school setting. And to be frank, the caliber of talent and the quality is really, 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 really impressive. You can actually mistake it for a professional radio show. Obviously, I can only speak from my experiences, which is limited to that of being only a part of UST Tiger TV and to that of being just a writer of the UST Tiger TV. But I can say with confidence that the organization is really impressive. They have a great work ethic. They're very professional. And the setup, the organizational structure is efficient and effective. If I'm not mistaken, Tiger Media Network has actually won a number of awards. And if I may say so myself, they really deserve it. Even a year after leaving the organization, I can say that despite the short amount of time that I'm a part of TMN, it was a great experience. I learned a lot. It was refreshing to actually work in that kind of environment. Yeah, it was a really great experience working for them. And UST Tiger Radio is an example of how dedicated students are in serving the people. No matter the scale, no matter the audiences that they can reach, we will try. Students will try their best. And my hope is that it goes after the four corners of the classroom. I hope that the students behind these organizations continue on the work outside of their classrooms and even after they graduate. I'm utterly impressed by how great this organization is, which is why I had to mention them in this episode. In talking about the impact of the internet and digital technology in the radio industry, UST's Tiger Radio is actually a prime example of that. The UST Tiger Radio uses modern means. They use the internet to reach their listeners, and in turn, the listeners use their gadgets that they have, the technology that they have, to listen to the programs being offered by UST Tiger Radio. This would not have been possible decades ago, when we only had radio players. This innovation goes to show the pursuit of being able to be of service to the people while catering to different audience demographics and to be able to tell as many stories as possible. Another impact of the internet and technology is, of course, social media. With social media, radio stations like UST Tiger Radio can inform their audience of the different programs, of the schedules, and can actually interact with them to enhance their engagement with their listeners and to be able to establish a deeper connection that otherwise would not have existed. This is obviously a huge step because before the radio industry, radio programs, radio hosts felt very distant to their listeners. Of course, it's hard to envision someone without being able to look at them. It's hard to connect to someone without having the means to, without having the ability to do so. So, social media became the bridge between the show, the radio hosts, and the listeners. It provided an avenue for them to connect with each other and served as a way to give feedback, which is also beneficial to the station to be able to improve their shows, to be able to cater their shows to their audiences better. And at the same time, this is also beneficial to the listeners because it allowed them to see the people behind the radio programs they love, to be able to give feedback, to be able to criticize, to be able to engage. And I think that this advancement, social media, was able to help both for those who are behind the radio and those at the receiving end. These innovations and modern means actually push the industry further along. They allow the masses to have a more convenient access to radio and bridge the gap between generations. Because, as I'm sure you're familiar, our generation didn't really have radio that much. I grew up with a television, and now I don't even watch television that often, at least. So yeah, it's really nice to connect to a different medium and to be able to learn new things through a different medium. Obviously, we're bombarded with social media, with streaming sites, so it's really refreshing to be able to participate and to be able to access these types of media. And I think UST Tiger Radio being alive, along with the hundreds of radio stations in the Philippines and thousands across the globe, goes to show the importance of radio to our lives. It's for entertainment, it's for news purposes, to be informed, it's for to be able to know more and to be able to share stories. The service the radio industry commits itself to is really commendable, beyond itself, and is always in pursuit of serving the people. And I think that's what makes the radio industry and different mass media commendable. Telling stories to people, news, entertainment, music, anything else, really keeps humanity going. It really moves people and it inspires us to become better. It comforts us in a rainy day. It's essential and vital to keep us sane. And stories like these, told by the radio industry and many, many other industries, will keep us going. It will keep the fire in us alive. And it has, it is, and it will make the world a better place. I hope you had fun tuning in to our episode for today. That's it for now. I hope to see you again very soon. Thank you so much for listening and keep the fire burning. You still have many more stories to learn, many more stories to tell. I know we will make the world a better place. Our stories will make the world a better place. Bye!